Hey, good morning, College Works Paint. This is Jeff Gunnis. I wanted to give you a quick little video of some safety reminder tips for this week. We had a couple things that happened last week, but overall, we had 0 production injuries. So that's great. You guys did a fantastic job last week. So let's keep up that good effort and have another injury-free week. So a couple of things that happened I want to address real quick, and I think make it easier for you guys out there to make sure you don't get any violations for your job site safety visits, and most importantly, that you keep your guys safe while you're out there. The first thing is that no matter what we go over, and as you guys know, we focus on 3 big things: lead, ladders, and harnesses. But none of those things matter unless you have the right people on your job sites. So we had a painter this week, last week, that had to go home due to heat stroke. It wasn't very hot that day, so there's a chance that painter may have had too good of a night out the night before. But it's a very serious issue because if somebody's on your job site who isn't feeling well, whether they're sick with the flu or had a too good of a night last night, you cannot let them be on your job sites. It's just too much of a risk, and you don't want to be that person who has to make that phone call if someone has a life-threatening or even a life-ending accident injury on their job site. So bottom line, if somebody doesn't look like they're doing well, they're feeling well, or when it gets hotter this summer, if they feel like they're dehydrated or they seem to be dehydrated or disoriented, you cannot let them be on your job sites. Can't stress that enough. So I want to give you one quick point for each of our 3 big things: ladders, lead, and harnesses. So for ladders, first of all, as we keep talking about, the most important thing when it comes to ladders, on A-frame ladders, is A-frames cannot be leaned against the side of the house, and they can never go on a roof. That's the first thing. For extension ladders, the angle and the placement of what's going on with the feet of the ladder are the 2 most important things. So always constantly checking for that 4-to-1 ratio, and if the surface is soft enough, turn those feet down and put them into the ground. Even if you have to dig a little hole into the ground, into the dirt or the grass to make sure it's stable, that's what you do. So check the feet, check the angle. Most important thing with extension ladders. For an A-frame, never on the house, and never on a roof, never leaned up against the house. Now when it comes to harnesses, a lot of times it's the 2 most important things with the harnesses is the tie-off point, of making sure you have a strong enough anchor point. And the way to think about that is if you tied a pickup truck to that anchor point and tried to pull it, who would win, the truck or the anchor point? So it has to withstand at least 5,000 pounds, but think of that pickup truck example as a little bit easier to understand. That's the first thing. If you think you can't find a good enough anchor point, stop what you're doing, get help, we'll help you out. That's the first thing. The second thing is oftentimes there's too much slack in the line. So that way if someone was to fall, the harness will not catch them in a short enough period of time. So make sure you're constantly checking that your painters are taking up the slack in the line to make sure there's no injuries there. So those are the 2 biggest things with harnesses. Of course, our mantra is every roof, every time, no exceptions. And then making sure we have that proper anchor point that's strong enough and that we're making sure we're taking the slack out of that line. So those are the big 2, ladders and harnesses. Now when it comes to lead, there's a couple questions that have come up, but the only thing I can do is tell you, don't try to memorize anything. I don't care if you can recite to me exactly how to produce a lead home. All I care is that you know that if you go into the safety binder, there is a 2-page handout in that safety binder that says how to paint a lead home. And that's all you need to do. It's a simple to follow checklist with pictures in it, and that will tell you exactly what you need to do and how to do it. So just check that out, follow that to the T, and you can't go wrong. You'll never get a violation. It's very easy to follow. So those are our quick safety tips for this week. We look forward to seeing you next week. Be safe out there. And always remember, guys, never guess. Your safety inspector is there to answer all your questions. So give them a call, send them an email, find out for certain what the most safe way to do something is. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week. Let's be safe.